Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel. First of all, where the hell have I been? I know, I haven't made a video in a while. I think it's been like 6 weeks or something. There's been various reasons. I actually did film. I filmed 2 videos, but I hurt my back. I also just turned 30 as well, so I hurt my back and turned 30. That was depressing. But I filmed a couple of videos, but when I was editing them, I wasn't happy with them. And anyone out there who's made videos, I'm sure you felt the same. When you make a video and you spend time on it, but then you're just not happy with it, you feel, I just didn't want to put it out there. I didn't want people to see it. I didn't want anyone to see that video and think that that's how I was all the time, because I looked kind of down and tired, and yeah, I just wasn't happy with them. So there's not been a video in a while. Now today I'm actually going to be talking about something a bit different for me. This is not something I was planning on talking about on my channel either. This is definitely a subject I wasn't sure on. Basically I'm going to be talking about a diet that I've been on, and if you knew me, you'd know that I'm not someone who really diets these days. I used to when I was younger, and that's probably why I don't anymore. So I've recently been on the 5-2 diet, and I will go into the details in a bit, but I just wanted to give you a breakdown of how I am with diets and food and stuff. So basically, I was a very chubby teenager in school, and I left school and then immediately I just lost all the weight. I lost it through just under eating ridiculously and exercising a lot, and I was very happy with my body, but I was not on a healthy diet, and let's just say not eating for long periods of time does do its damage. I have permanent damage now. Like, my stomach is messed up, probably because of all those years I spent doing that crap. So don't do that. Always eat sensibly, always be on a good diet. Disclaimers everywhere, just, don't starve yourself, don't be ridiculous. So I managed to, I kind of yo-yoed between very, very thin, good shape, and a little bit chubby, kind of up and down throughout the years. I changed constantly. Like, I never went ridiculous, but I did change a lot over the years. Found it quite hard to keep my weight at a certain point. And then, as you know, I did have cancer about 4 or 5 years ago. I have done a previous video, which was the day that I got my results, to say that was all clear. Now, when I got sick, I obviously went into hospital, and this is a story for another time, but I went into hospital for a very long period of time. When I was in a hospital, I just kept losing weight to the point where I was really, really tiny. I was like very, very thin. I had no muscle. I had no fat, really. I was just skin and bones. Now, after I came out of hospital, it took me quite a long time to be able to eat solid foods and things again. So as I started to be able to eat normally, I started to gain weight. But of course, where I'd kind of lost all my muscle mass, I think the weight just kind of went to like the bad areas, because it went to like my chest and my stomach and my ass and things like that. Well, not my ass actually. I got a flat ass. I wish it went to my ass. Basically, I gained weight in the wrong way. So very slowly, I didn't binge eat and pile on loads of weight. I didn't do that, I promise. I slowly gained weight over the course of, I think, 4 years. And I found myself at my kind of, not current, but my weight that I was like 3 months ago, which was, I don't really want to say, but I was quite heavy. And I've always been a big person. I'm very broad and stuff, but I was quite heavy. And now this didn't bother me. Ironically, after going through cancer, I really couldn't give I couldn't give a rip what anyone else thought of my body. I just thought, like, I'm happy with how I look. I've been happy with how I look for years, so I'm fine with it. So it really wasn't, it's not something I'm doing to please anyone else. I am aware that I look fine. I like the way I look, so don't worry about my confidence. The reason I decided now to go on a diet was that I went shopping to buy some clothes. Basically, I'm going to a big family wedding in October in America, which I think I'll be filming some of that trip, so that'll be good. But I'm going to this wedding in October, and I had to buy some clothes for it. And I went to a few shops, and I just had this not very pleasant experience where I kind of realized that the shops that I really like, for instance, All Saints, H&M and Top Man, they didn't go up to my size. Now, I think realizing that my waist was now a size that those kind of shops don't do clothes for that size, that was a little embarrassing. And again, I do not give a crap. I'm quite happy. As long as I'm healthy and I feel healthy, that's all I care about. However, I did decide at that point that I was just like, do you know what? I said to my friends, I remember I said to my friends, Greg and Dan, I said, I'm gonna go on a diet, I really am. I'm gonna go on a diet, I'm gonna do some exercise, I'm gonna do something. I just wanna lose enough weight so that I can get into Zara jeans. So that's exactly what I said. So my goal was I wanted to get down to a size where I could fit into nice Zara jeans. That was the main thing, just because I like Zara clothes. So thus began my little journey. So when it first started, I tried a few things. So I tried to eat kind of a calorie controlled diet. I tried to be very good and have lots of like salad and vegetables and stuff. That lasted about 3 weeks until I found myself falling straight back into bad habits again and just, you know, not eating vegetables and just like eating quick stuff. I don't like cooking, and as I said, because I used to have really bad eating habits when I was very young, I've never really got out of that. So I'm very bad at eating healthy. I'd love to be one of those people that gets home and just gets out tons of ingredients and makes a meal. I'm just not one of those people. I'm very much like buy something, rip the lid off it, put it in the oven. Do you know what I mean? Plus I have no talent for cooking. When I cook, it comes out horrible. So thus began my look. I was looking into different diets that I could try, and that's when I found the 5-2 diet. Now, I kind of heard bits and pieces about this on television for a while. Like, I think they did a few things, like it used to be on lots of television shows and lots of people used to talk about it. And the general idea of it is that you eat completely normally, so you eat as you would any other day for 5 days a week, but 2 days a week you essentially fast. And when I say fast, you have 500 calories a day only, or 600 for men. So you do eat, or you do have something, you don't completely starve yourself, but you just kind of limit your calories very strictly for 2 days of every week. So this idea really appealed to me because, again, I'm not very good with food. So being calorie controlled all the time, I find very difficult because I get very frustrated trying to find something that is low in calorie and trying to make sure that when I'm cooking something, I'm keeping it low in calorie and stuff like that. So by just doing this 2 days a week, I thought, I'm gonna give it a try just to see if it works. Now, again, this is something I never ever planned on talking about in one of my videos, because I found the whole idea of being on a diet and trying to lose weight quite embarrassing, because I do pride myself on the fact that I'm happy with who I am and I don't feel the need to change myself. But I kind of am, because I want to please Zara. Come on, Zara, dress me, please. I'm yabbering bollocks. So about 3 months ago, I decided to just do it. I think it started because, I think actually the whole thing started because I woke up a Monday morning about 3 months ago, and I had quite bad, what I think was food poisoning. So I wasn't very well at all, I was very sick. And that lasted about 2 days. So I found myself all day Monday not eating anything because I really wasn't very well. And then Tuesday, I didn't really have much appetite. I just didn't feel great. So it was halfway through Tuesday that by the time it got to like noon, I felt better. But then I thought, I just realized I'd just done a day where I didn't eat, so I might as well just do a second day. So I kind of just had like some soup and stuff, and that's it. And anyway, that was my first week. And then I carried it on. So after that, the second week, I decided to do the same thing again. So I decided to make Monday and Tuesday my 2 fast days. Now I tried that was hard. So I can tell you that my experience tells me that when you do your 2 fast days together, that's really hard, because it got to halfway through. Monday was fine because I'd eaten quite a lot on the Sunday. So I tend to do Mondays, and I always eat quite a bit on the Sunday to kind of almost like boost myself up ready for it. Now on the Tuesday, it got to lunchtime and I was irritable, I was tired, all I could think about was food, and I just had to ignore it. And I've got quite good willpower, so I was like, just power through. Every time I wanted to eat something, this is what I do every week essentially. Whenever I want to eat something or I'm craving something, I just keep telling myself, you can have it tomorrow, you can have it tomorrow. And that's what I keep saying until eventually I don't want it anymore. And then the next day, usually I forget about it. So yes, that was my first couple of weeks. After the second week struggle, I decided not to put my 2 days together anymore. So I decided to start separating them. So I would do, I do Mondays and Wednesdays in general now, depending on, you know, what the week calls for, things like that. So the way I do it is I generally kind of mix things up a little bit. I've got to be honest, on some of the days, I don't actually eat any solid food. I tend to use my 500 calories in things like, in sugary drinks, like orange Fanta I drink a lot of on those days, Dr. Pepper. I also drink a lot of coffee with a lot of sugar in it. I tend to get my calories from drinks, essentially, and liquid things. This is just something that works for me because sometimes when I eat, I just want to eat more. So I sometimes find it easier to do that depending on how I feel. Other times I do eat. Now this is not something I personally would recommend anyone else do. This is just, you know, a disclaimer. The actual diet does not cause for starving yourself completely. I think for me to maybe go without solid food for one day doesn't tend to do a lot of, it doesn't really do much to me. Whereas if you were very thin and you did this, you really are running the risk of making yourself ill or falling over, hurting yourself, not having any energy. So I'm not advising you try this. However, if you are very heavy and you can go without food and it doesn't have any effect on the way you feel, then it's working for me. That's all I'm saying. So yes, so just those 2 days every week I've been doing, that's it. The rest of the week I eat completely normally. I do try to make healthier choices, so I'll try not to eat, you know, I wouldn't eat like an entire cake, for instance. But if I want cake, I will have it. And if I want pizza, I will have it. That's the best thing about this diet, because I don't really feel like I'm not holding anything, you know, out. I'm having what I want, essentially. Anyway, the reason I decided to tell you guys about it is just because it really has been working for me, and I can't believe it. And it all started because a couple of people made a comment on my last video, which was 6 weeks ago, but a couple of people made a comment that my face was looking a lot thinner, and that's because I've lost quite a lot of weight since, you know, my first couple of videos. If you watch my New Year's Eve video with me and my friend, my face looks so much chubbier in the video than it does now, and that enough is just like making me feel so good about myself. There is a squirrel right there next to the window, and it keeps distracting me because it's so cute, and it's just like sat there looking at me. Hello. Anyway, like I said, it's been going very well for me, and I can tell you that I think I've been on this diet for about 3 months, probably just under 3 months now, and I have lost somewhere in the region of 2.5, coming up to 3 stone, probably almost 3 stone I've lost in 3 months. Now, obviously, when you first go on a diet, any diet, you will lose quite a bit of weight very quickly, so that's good. So the first stone was off within like 2 weeks, but since then I'm kind of consecutively losing about, I'd like to say like 2 to 4 pounds every week. But 2 to 4 pounds every week is amazing, considering this diet's not really taking much effort. I will admit that I haven't been doing a great deal of exercise aside from drunkenly dancing every single Friday and Saturday night. So I do need to start exercising properly. I absolutely hate gyms. I don't want to go to a gym, so I don't know what to do really. I might try jogging. I wouldn't mind trying jogging. I've never done it in my life. The only exercise I've ever done that I really enjoyed was yoga, but the problem is when I was doing yoga I was already in quite good shape, so I felt like it was quite easy, whereas now I'd probably really struggle. But yes, I do need to exercise because I am a little concerned, because I do know, I've heard all the horror stories about if you lose loads of weight very quickly, you get all the saggy skin and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want saggy skin. I want to feel as confident as I do now. So anyway, I just really wanted to tell you what was going on, and just, yeah, let you know, because I know a lot of people struggle to find a diet that works for them, and I wanted to tell you about this, because the 5-2 diet it really does work. Now, one thing I would say is, from reading several articles about this, I did read quite a bit about it before I made this video, just because I was worried I was going to say something wrong. The general consensus that I'm picking up from various different things, like I said, is on your 2 days, you should have 500 calories if you're a woman, 600 calories if you're a man. And also, it has been very, very clearly declared on lots of different things that this diet is no better for you than a calorie controlled diet. So it's no better for you than a calorie controlled diet. You would get the same results if you could just be calorie controlled, eat sensibly all the time. But it's also, from what I gather, no worse for you either. As far as I can tell, they're basically saying that it's the same as a calorie controlled diet. It's just that you're doing it week-wise instead of day-wise, I guess. I don't know. This is all, I feel like this video needs so many disclaimers because I don't want to upset anyone. I don't want to give a bad impression. Talking about diets makes me very nervous because I know that people get very, very upset about things like weight and stuff. So please, I'm just saying, I just thought I'd share my experience because it's working for me, and yeah, I thought it'd be interesting. Now, don't worry, just because I'm making this video, it doesn't mean that I've stopped like reviewing cosmetics or talking about products. There's tons of products I want to talk about right now. Just to give you a little teaser, there are 3 products in particular that I am absolutely loving right now, and I'm desperate to talk about them. But I don't like reviewing products until I've been using them for a good month or so. I like to know that I've got, you know, I like to know that I've used them thoroughly and I'm seeing a result before I recommend them, because, you know, a lot of products at first, you know, first time you try it, you love it, but then you keep using it, you think it's not doing anything. So yeah, there are products that are just kind of, I'm impending at the moment about them. I'm pending my opinion. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me this week. As always, please subscribe to my channel if you like listening to me babble on, and give this video a like just to make me feel good about myself. Again, I didn't mean, you know, I hope this video hasn't annoyed anyone or done anything like that. It really is just my opinion. And it's just something that was working for me, so I wanted to mention it, that's all. Anyways, I hope that your day is going very well and that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again soon. But goodbye for now.